This morning at 5:30 on KARK4 today, a violent weekend turns into tragedy here in Little Rock. What neighbors say needs to be done after a 7-year-old was caught in the crossfire and what police are doing to track down her killer.
Plus, as violence plagues the capital city, one organization is hoping to minimize crime, while they say getting guns off the street is the easiest way to get that started.
And gas prices keep on going up, reaching yet another record high for Arkansas this morning. Why experts say, though, you shouldn't let today's prices prevent you from filling up.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK4 Today.
Well, good morning. Glad you can join us here at 5:30 here on KARK4 Today. Obviously, we're going to talk about those gas prices. You know, in that hit that Claire did earlier, Hunter, she said one good tip is to make sure you take care of your vehicles.
A good tip there, so you don't end up stranded on the road like me yesterday.
It happens,
yeah,
you know?
It happens to the best of us.
One day we'll figure it out. We'll get Hunter back on the road here soon. But let's get into what we have for you today. A violent weekend in Little Rock ends with 4 shootings and 2 homicides, including the death of a 7-year-old girl. Now the reward for finding her killer is growing.
There were 7 shootings total in the span of just 4 days. 3 of those happened on Saturday. That includes the death of Chloe Alexander, that little 7-year-old girl. Police say her family was just on the way to the zoo when someone she was with became the target of a drive-by shooting. Chloe became the victim, and for other people living in Little Rock, the violence is heartbreaking, and many feel the only way to stop it is to step up.
I think it all boils down to individual responsibility. You know, we have to be willing to do what's right ourselves.
Police say the shooting that killed Chloe was an isolated incident. They are still looking for 18-year-old Kenyatta Daniels Jr. in connection to her murder. That's him you're seeing right there on your screen. The reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction is now up to $25,000.
Now, there will be a gun buyback event happening this weekend in an effort to reduce violent crime right here in the capital city. It'll be held from 10 to 3 this Saturday at the St. Mark Baptist Church. Any operable firearm can be exchanged for a Visa gift card, and it's the 2nd year in a row the local chapter of Pi Beta Sigma fraternity has hosted this event. Now, organizers say with the senseless shootings the city has seen recently, the event is desperately needed.
We know without a shadow of a doubt that what we're doing is so important, and we feel this is a war that we must win. We must win because these are our children. This is our future. So we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that we make Little Rock a better city.
We always talk about it needs to be better. Well, this group is doing it. Yeah, Little Rock Police Department will have an officer at the event to tag and secure weapons. But listen to this, no questions will be asked.
All right, time now 5:32. Let's get a look at your local news that matters this morning. A wild afternoon at a North Little Rock restaurant where workers were alerted to a shooting right outside. Investigators say someone walked into the Chewy's on Warden Road around lunchtime and told workers someone had been shot. The victim was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police talked to folks inside and determined that shooting happened somewhere else, but they aren't exactly sure where. It's not clear what led up to that shooting, and police haven't released anything about a suspect. New information this morning out of Crittenden County, where we're now learning a pilot has died in a plane crash. Investigators say that plane went down near Dacus Lake yesterday morning. It had just taken off from an airport outside of Memphis. The FAA says the pilot, 62-year-old Malcolm King from Mississippi, was the only one on board, but it is not clear what caused that crash yet. This is the 3rd plane crash here in Arkansas just in the past week. A pilot survived a crop duster crash in Poinsett County on Friday. Another pilot died Saturday when their plane went down in Lawrence County. Well, a hot spring scam artist has been sentenced after defrauding more than half the country. Listen to this. James Heritage used fake information to apply for unemployment assistance in dozens of states. 33 states in total gave him automatic acceptance and sent him money. Heritage pled guilty to fraud. He'll have to report to federal prison by July 6th, where he'll spend 27 months behind bars. He'll also have to pay back $500,000. And there is a new program now aimed at reducing overdose deaths here in the natural state. It's called Naloxone. It'll provide Narcan to hospitals across the state. Those hospitals will then give it to patients who experienced an overdose or considered at risk. The Arkansas Center for Health Improvement is teaming up with the state drug director and DHS to make it all happen. Unity Health in Searcy is the first hospital to launch the program. All right, Pat, Joel said it was soupy. You got another adjective for us?
Stewy.
Stewy. Soupy and stewy.
Chili.
That'll get you out the door this morning.
Don't step into it because it's going to be kind of thick air. In fact, you know,